You're standing at a party. The music is fine, the lights are warm, then for no clear reason, everyone stops talking at once. For 3 seconds, maybe 4, the room goes quiet, you feel it before you understand it. Your shoulders tighten, your smile gets a little stiff, someone laughs too loudly just to break the silence, and the room exhales. Nothing happened, no danger, no announcement, just a gap in the noise. So why did your whole body react like something was wrong? The answer sits much deeper than manners or awkwardness. It sits in a part of your brain that has never once believed you live in a safe, modern room full of strangers who mean you no harm. For most of human history, silence was not neutral. It was information. Your ancestors lived in small, close groups, surrounded by forest, grassland, or open plains where predators moved without warning. In that world, constant background noise, birds calling, insects humming, people murmuring, was a signal that everything was fine. It meant nothing dangerous was nearby because animals and other humans go quiet only when something has changed. So when the noise suddenly stopped, it meant something had shifted. A predator might be close, a threat might be watching, silence was often the last sound before danger revealed itself. That pattern got wired in early and it never fully updated. Your brain still treats sudden silence as a possible warning sign even in a living room with soft couches and background music. This reaction lives largely in a small almond-shaped structure deep inside your brain called the amygdala. It is your threat detector built to notice change fast, long before your conscious mind figures out what is going on. Neuroscientists have shown that the amygdala reacts to unexpected shifts in sound within milliseconds faster than you can consciously register that anything happened at all. So when a room goes quiet, your amygdala fires first and asks questions later. It does not know the difference between a stalking predator on the savannah and a lull in a dinner party conversation. It just knows the pattern has changed, and change to an ancient survival system means pay attention. Now, that is why the silence feels physical. Your muscles tense slightly, your breathing shifts. Some part of you older than language itself is scanning the room for a threat that was never there. There's a second layer to this, and it is just as old. Humans are an intensely social species, and for most of our history being part of a group was not optional. It was survival. A lone human on the ancient plains was far more vulnerable to predators, starvation, and rival groups than someone embedded in a tribe. Because of that, your brain developed a constant, quiet awareness of your social standing. Are you accepted here? Are you still part of the group? Silence disrupts the normal signals that answer those questions. Conversation is proof of connection. It tells your nervous system that the group is functioning, that you belong, that things are socially fine. When that flow suddenly stops, your brain briefly loses its evidence that everything is okay. Psychologists who study social anxiety have pointed out that ambiguous social situations, ones without a clear explanation, tend to provoke more discomfort than situations with an obvious cause. Silence in a group is a textbook example. There is no clear reason for it, so your mind starts to fill the gap, sometimes with the fear that you caused it. That is why people often glance around after an unexpected silence, almost checking faces for permission that everything is still fine. It is not paranoia, it is an ancient monitoring system doing exactly what it evolved to do. There is also a cultural layer stacked on top of the biological one, and it varies more than people expect. In many Western social settings, silence in conversation is treated as a small failure, something to be filled quickly with small talk or a joke. But this is not universal. Anthropological studies of other cultures, including some East Asian and indigenous communities, have documented long, comfortable silences as a completely normal, even valued, part of conversation. In some of these settings, filling every gap with chatter is seen as slightly suspicious, as if the talker is trying too hard. This tells us something important. The biological alarm, the flicker of unease from your amygdala, seems to be close to universal, but how strongly you feel the need to fix that silence, to jump in and rescue the moment, is shaped heavily by the culture you grew up in. So the discomfort itself may be ancient. The urge to immediately talk your way out of it is something you were taught. There is a strange twist to all of this. The same silence that feels unbearable at a party can feel completely different in another context. Sit beside a close friend on a long drive, saying nothing for 20 minutes, and it often feels peaceful rather than threatening. The silence has not changed. What changed is your brain's read on the relationship and the environment. When your nervous system already has strong evidence of safety, a stable bond, a familiar space, a known outcome, silence stops registering as a threat signal and starts registering as rest. The same biological system that made you tense at the party is the one that lets you relax in the car, because it is constantly asking the same underlying question. Is this safe? And do I still belong here with strangers? The evidence is thin, so the system stays alert. With people you trust, the evidence is thick, so the system finally exhales. Understanding this changes how the next awkward silence might feel. That flicker of unease when a room goes quiet is not a personal failure, and it is not really about the people around you. It is a very old alarm system tuned on ancient planes, still running quietly in the background of a modern conversation it was never designed to have. So next time a room falls silent and your chest tightens for no clear reason, you can notice it for what it actually is. Not a social disaster, just an old instinct, still listening for danger in a world that mostly stopped needing it to. And somewhere underneath the small talk and the nervous laughter that follows, that same ancient alertness is still doing the only job it has ever known. Standing quiet guard over a room that was never actually in danger at all.